Sandwich. What's that? Mouldy sandwich. Yep, fair point. I haven't done the sandwiches. I was 11 years old, and I worried about two things all the time. I lost a football boot, and the second thing was that by the time I was 11 years old, I'd been hiding sandwiches in my cupboard for about a year and a half, because I just didn't like them. We made them in bulk every few months. Me and my mum and my brother would make about 150 sandwiches together. In silence, I now realise, looking back. We didn't talk, we just made all these sandwiches. And then you froze them, and then each morning you took it out of the freezer, and fingers crossed it would defrost by lunchtime. That was the problem, was they didn't. And again, you look back and there are so many other solutions to your problem than the one you chose. Like, I could have taken it out of the freezer the day before and then let it defrost overnight. Could have thrown it away at school if I didn't want anybody to know about it. Could have said something. Could very well have said something. Didn't do any of these things, just got home and went, oh, you didn't eat your sandwich, hid it in this cupboard. And that went on for a year and a half. And I was constantly thinking, you must do something about this because they are rotting. And my plan was that I had to wait until spring when I could sort of leave the house without looking suspicious. I was waiting for a big thaw to come. And then I would sort of start skipping out of the house with a pencil case in my hand. So Mum thinks I'm off to sketch a tree or whatever. Little does she know, the pencil case is full of rotten sandwiches. So then run to the bin, empty it out into the bin, and gradually over several weeks I just get the sandwiches out that way. So basically Shawshank. I was going to reenact Shawshank, but with these sandwiches. But I never got to. I got home from a weekend at my dad's. So pants, that whole thing, that was already known. And my mum and my stepdad were sat at opposite ends of the table, very cross and very tense, and I could tell something was up. And I said, what's wrong? What's happened? And Mum said, we looked in your cupboard. And I went, oh, there's 350 rotten sandwiches in your cupboard. She said, yeah, I noticed them. They were the first thing I noticed. We just had this big row for a long time. We were both shouting, we were both crying. She kept saying, we think you've got an eating disorder. And I went, I don't have an eating disorder. And she went, you've not eaten lunch for a year and a half. You got something. We just fought. And then eventually we kind of forgave each other and said, it wouldn't happen again. And my stepdad hadn't said anything the whole time. He was just at the end of the table. And then finally he piped up and he went, I know what he's been eating. His other football boots. And then that was that. The whole world just sort of collapses in a second. And everything that I thought was secret or that I didn't understand about my head was out. And I've not really felt like that since. Also, I like to think they'd known about the football boot for months and they were waiting for a good day to deal with it. And on that day, they either went, it's a good day to bury bad news. Shall we let him down gently and do the boot? Or they went, let's really get him. Let's fuck him up and do the boot.